What's up, class? I'm your teacher, Don Kavi, a serial entrepreneur and host of this channel where we talk about all things entrepreneurship and making your passion your life. Today, we're going to talk about two stories of how I started an SEO firm and later a social media marketing agency. If you're interested in starting some sort of consulting firm, pay attention. I'll give you some good ideas. But first, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, like, subscribe, and ring the bell to be the first to know when a new video drops. Let's get into it. Sometimes the best businesses are ideas that you aren't looking for. There are opportunities that cross your path in life. Opportunities will come and go. It's the seasoned entrepreneur who knows when to strike. This story starts off as I was working in marketing at a consulting firm in Madison, Wisconsin. I was evaluating a project of redoing the corporate website when I noticed every page had a robots no follow text. For any of you who know about websites, this code is put on pages so that search engines do not index the page. Web developers do this when first building a site and remove it as the site goes live to the public. This company I was working for was a $20 million organization and had every page on its website blocked from the search engine for years. When I noticed this, I thought I had been seeing something wrong, but it truly was there. I showed it to a friend of mine who owned an SEO firm, and he said, "Kavi, in 10 years of work, I've only seen this happen one time." Basically, since the company had the last website go live, the robots no follow text was put on every page, and they had a fence around their website. No search engine could find any pages. If you searched for Google, you would not find their website. You could only get there by directly typing into the navigation bar. So what I did was focus on the refresh of the website, and when the new website would go live, I would make sure to remove all the robots no follow text. After the website went live, what do you think happened? The company started receiving several marketing leads a week. A lead at this company that converts into a sale would be tens of thousands, if not over $100,000 in revenue. Everyone at the company thought I was a genius. I was honest and told the people what happened, but not many people really understood all of this was because I fixed a mistake that someone had previously made. That story is the background of how I started an SEO firm 4 years later. I had moved on and was working at another one of my companies, and a former executive from that consulting firm started emailing me. He had moved to a new consulting firm and was the COO. His task was to grow the new firm, and he remembered what I had previously done a few years back. So he was calling me to see if I could help him grow his new company. I kept saying, "No, I don't do that. I'm focused on my other company." But one of my friends had just sold his online scrub retailer, and when he heard that I kept getting calls from an executive calling from a consulting firm, he told me, "Hey, let's start an SEO firm." My friend wanted to keep one of his key employees from the scrub retailer working, and so what we did is form a team of 3 and call the new company Triumvirate Innovations. I emailed the consulting firm executive back saying, "Okay, I will do SEO consulting for $3,000 a month, and my minimum contract is 6 months. I had a check in the mail within a week, and the new company was off and running. I thought in my head that this was pretty easy. I bet I could sell more of these. I looked through my LinkedIn contacts and started contacting anyone who might be a sales prospect. I basically showed them the results I had done at the firm where I redid their website and the package I had sold the new consulting firm. Within 6 months, I had 6 contracts sold at $3,000, bringing the total revenue to $18,000 a month. Now, mind you, I was working on my other startups, and this was just my side hustle. It turned out it was the side hustle of my 2 partners as well, because they had been working on forming a new startup and then raising a significant amount of money. When the new round of money closed, they wanted to focus on their business, and I didn't want to be stuck running the company. I just happened to be getting a drink with one of my former mentors, and he was involved with a web development company. I told him about our predicament and wanting to get out. He said the web development company was looking for a recurring revenue business model. Maybe they would be interested in buying our company. I had lunch set up with the owners of the development company, and I showed them all that we were doing for our clients at the SEO firm. They were quite interested because it was a recurring revenue business model where the clients were tied up for $3,000 a month for a minimum of 6 months. The thing is, with this type of business, there isn't a lot of proprietary technology or assets. The only thing our business had was a client list and signed paying contracts. So what we came up with was a royalty-based selling of the company. We would train the web development company to do SEO and show them how we were running the business for 3 months. We would be available for sales support for 6 months, and they would buy us out over 12 months. Basically, we were able to exit owning and running this company with payments over time. This isn't a huge exit where everyone makes $1 million. This is the type of exit that makes sense in the situation we were in. And then the truth, it felt really good getting checks for doing almost nothing at all for a year. Now we're going to fast forward 6 years into the future, and the COVID pandemic had just hit. I had closed my tap room for the kombucha and I was trying to weather the storm. A former colleague at a startup called iCrimeFighter called me and asking me about online marketing. He asked me questions about things I had done at the old SEO firm, but also new things I had no ideas about. He asked me if I knew any firms that would be interested in working with iCrimeFighter and running their online marketing. And like any good entrepreneur, I saw the opportunity and jumped on it. I said, well, I can help you with that. And I started my social media marketing agency. We started with email marketing and doing some design work for them. I took that portfolio and again went to the contacts on LinkedIn. And within a few months, I was able to build out a several client list. At the time of filming of this video, my agency has 3 employees and myself. The second time around has been even easier than the first time. And honestly, it does feel like putting on an old pair of running shoes again. Many of you might be interested in starting some sort of online consulting agency. It's a great way to get your feet wet in business because the startup costs are minimal and so are the risks. You can learn a lot from working as a contractor for another company, and it's easy to convince them to hire you because you're not an employee. Key lessons from taking away from these stories are knowing when an opportunity is in front of you and making sure you don't let it pass by. Too many people let opportunities pass by, and in the end, they end up regretting it. It's all about having the least amount of regrets when you're 80 or 90 and not saying, I wish I would have tried doing that when I was young. So I hope this video helped you a little bit with the understanding of how easy it is to get a consulting firm going as a freelancer. You really just have to be willing to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of rejection. Use it as a tool to improve your pitch and sell the next contract. Take my stories as motivation and let's get cranking on your startup. I'll see you in the next vid. Ciao.